All right, so check this out. This article is a trip. I mean, when you see these particular type of articles written and released on the internet, talking about the quote, this is the trigger, the real shock reason behind this sudden $200 billion Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana price surge. Like, you think one person really has the key to the real reason as to why these cryptocurrencies saw a $200 billion increase in the market cap? Let's see what they got to say, though. Let's go ahead and look at this real quick. So, the price of Bitcoin has climbed to around $45,000 per Bitcoin, pulling the rest of the crypto market, including Ethereum, XRP, and Solana, along with it, just a week after the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell quietly primed the crypto market for a major move. Now, one closely watched analyst, seriously, do you guys, once I show you who this analyst is, I want you all to leave in the comment section and let me know, have you guys heard of this person? One closely watched analyst has identified a signal that hasn't failed Bitcoin and crypto traders since 2015. Whoop-de-doo. 2015. Apparently this indicator, this trigger, has saw Bitcoin's price go up. Let's see what he has to say. Bitcoin's historical halving that's expected to cause crypto price chaos. Oh, that's not it. I'm going to slide past that. Check this out. We are 3 days away from the start of the Chinese New Year. And historically, when Bitcoin was bought 3 days before and sold 10 days after the Chinese New Year, the average return has been 11% for a 2-week holding period. Marcus Thielen, head of research at 10x Research, said in email comments. Now, have you heard of that person, Marcus? Leave it in the comment section, because Forbes is trying to tell us that he is a closely watched analyst. Have you heard of him? Because apparently he thinks that the Chinese New Year is the cause as to why Bitcoin is going up, and Ethereum, and Solana, and XRP. Give all the credit, the trigger, to the Chinese people. They are the one that is increasing the value of the cryptocurrency market. According to Marcus, you could get 11% return just for holding the crypto for 2 weeks. Now, that is historically. Chinese Lunar New Year falls on February the 10th, which was yesterday in 2024, signaling the start of a 15-day spring festival and the beginning of the new year of the dragon. The lowest return during this period of the Chinese New Year was in 2019, when Bitcoin rose 3%. And the strongest was in 2021, when Bitcoin rallied 24%. But besides those two outliers, Bitcoin rallies during Chinese New Year were evenly distributed at around 9% to 13%. So maybe next year, in 2025, go ahead and buy Bitcoin 3 days before and sell it 11 days later and see what your return will be. Now, this goes all the way back to 2015. So apparently there has been some history that will substantiate that when you do that, you will at least come out profitable. This is according to Marcus. But then you get that scenario to when it doesn't happen. And when it doesn't happen, it will go right along the time when you go out and do it. When you go out there and actually purchase Bitcoin for the Chinese New Year. Just watch. All right, so now, Thielen has predicted the Bitcoin price will climb to $52,000 through March and then surge to around $70,000 by the end of the year. It's not because of the Chinese New Year. Now, could it be an aspect as to why Bitcoin is going up? Maybe. But can you prove that? Like, the only thing that you can say that markets is trying to tell us is that historically, during the Chinese New Year, Bitcoin price goes up. That's cool. I have nothing wrong with that, but you can't start off the title of this article saying that this is the real shock reason as to why Bitcoin is going up, because it's not. Because from 2015 to now, what else was going on in the Bitcoin market during those time periods. He's only grasping at one straw. There's plenty of other reasons from 2015 to even now that could have spurred Bitcoin's price going up. Like, for real. Be honest with yourself. That is not the trigger. Somebody else might say, well, this is the trigger as to why historically we see Bitcoin going up in the beginning of the year. Like, many people will say that the cause of Bitcoin going up right now is because of the approval from the SEC of the Bitcoin spot ETF. But leave it to Marcus. He's trying to tell you that it's the Chinese New Year. Because when you look at the price in Bitcoin, the market has been going up way before the Chinese New Year. Let me zoom out. You guys can see it. This trend in Bitcoin started in the beginning of 2023. And it hasn't subsided. It's still going up. So you have to consider all of the events, all of the reasons as to why people are purchasing Bitcoin. Now, for Marcus, apparently he's buying it because of the Chinese New Year. Okay, cool. But what's the reason as to why you're going to buy Bitcoin? It's because of the approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF. It's because of the Bitcoin halving. Like, what causes you to go out and buy is negligent when you think about and just look at the price and say, well, it's going up regardless. Like, the market is still bullish into Bitcoin. Whatever the cause is, really is of no necessity because price is still there. Price is going to move, whether it's a Chinese New Year, whether a Bitcoin spot ETF was approved. It doesn't matter what the news event is. What really matters is that we can see, hey, price is going up. The market apparently is bullish. The market apparently is showing demand for Bitcoin right now. Because some other person might come out and say, well, I'm only buying Bitcoin because BlackRock is out here consuming and accumulating as much Bitcoin as they possibly can. Pretty much like MicroStrategy has been doing for years. So if BlackRock is buying Bitcoin, then guess what I'm going to do? Like, someone might be thinking along those lines too. So for whatever reason, okay, there's nothing wrong with the reason as to why you go and actually pursue either buying or selling Bitcoin. I have no qualms about that. I just want you all to look at the chart for what it is as the truth. Because you begin to follow Marcus, and next year, Chinese New Year rolls around, and the market of Bitcoin loses 10%. Don't base your buying strategies, your selling strategies off of what one thing happens or not. So you guys can see it off the chart. I'm looking for Bitcoin to go up anyway. The price prediction that you guys see in front of you, you can see that the market is already hitting our first target. So congratulations to those who can bag some of this out the market right here. That would give us around 13.25% right now. But we still have our other target up here in Bitcoin around $52,000. That is where market is looking for the market to go in Bitcoin, to 52. Now, why would he say that? How did he pick $52,000? You may be wondering. It's real simple, because look at the area that we're at. That's our second target. How do we pick $52,000? This is the reason right here. Because this was the last point to where Bitcoin back in 2021 saw a high. So you would suspect that the sellers back then in 2021, they would be reinvigorated, come back to life, and begin to sell more Bitcoin there. At least you would suspect that. Just that simple. That's how we was able to pick $52,000, because once Bitcoin breaks above 52,000, this is my next area right here, between $57,000 to $59,000. He's looking for Bitcoin to run to all-time highs by the end of this year. To me, that is yet to be seen. But give me your thoughts. Make sure you maintain your profitability, and as always, trade different.